Spoštovani gostje, češki veleposlanik, njegova ekscelenca Juraj Hmilj, odpravnica poslov na veleposlaništvu Združenih držav Amerike v Sloveniji, njena ekscelenca Milenija Areaga, župan občine Pivka, gospod Robert Smrtelj, direktorica kobilarne Lipica, gospa Tatjana Vošinek-Pucer, gostitelj, gospod Janko Boštjančič, dragi povabljeni gostje, ustvarjalci filma ter predstavniki medijev, lepo pozdravljeni na današnji predpremieri dokumentarnega filma Neverjetna zgodba lepotcev iz Lipice. Dear guest, Czech Ambassador, His Excellency, Mr. Juraj Hmilj, Chargé d'Affaires of United States Embassy in Slovenia, Her Excellency Milenija Areaga, Major of Pivka Municipality, Mr. Robert Smrtelj, Director of Lipica Stud Farm, Mrs. Tatjana Vošinek-Pucer, and our host, Mr. Janko Boštjančič. Dear guests, filmmakers and media representatives, welcome to today's pre-premiere of the documentary The Amazing Story of the Lipica Beauties. Filmsko zgodbo o legendarnem reševanju lipicancev smo v društvu Kolut prelili na filmski trak v podpori veleposlaništva Združenih držav Amerike v Sloveniji, občine Postojna, Parka vojaške zgodovine Pivka, kobilarne Lipica in zavarovalnice Triglav. Scenarij za film je napisal Drago Mislej-Mef, režiral ga je Dušan Milavec. The documentary was produced by Cultural Society Kolut with the support of the United States Embassy in Slovenia, the Municipality of Postojna, the Park of Military History Pivka, the Lipica Stud Farm and insurance company Triglav. The script for the film was written by Drago Mislej-Mef and directed by Dušan Milavec. Med nami še posebej pozdravljam veleposlanika Češke republike v Sloveniji, njegovo ekscelenco Juraja Hmilja, ki ga vabim k pozdravnemu nagovoru. I welcome the ambassador of the Czech Republic, His Excellency, Mr. Juraj Hmilj, to give his speech.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Dear Mr. Mayor, dear board directors, dear colleague, dear guests, all protocol observed. Thanks for the invitation to this premiere of the movie about the rescue of Lipicaners at the end of the Second World War. Lipicaners horses are among the most noble and longest horse breeds in Europe. They used to be a symbol of the Habsburg monarchy and the Spanish riding school in Vienna, which has been listed on UNESCO's representative list of the intangible cultural heritage already in 2016. In addition, just a few days ago, on the 1st of December, another great recognition took place. The traditions associated with the breeding of Lipicaner horses were also inscribed into the UNESCO list of intangible cultural heritage. Slovenia, Slovakia, Austria, Hungary, Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Italy and Romania together nominated Lipicaner breeding for the inscription, and I congratulate them on this outstanding success. However, the Czechs also have a share in the existence of Lipicaners. In 1579, the Habsburgs founded the Kladrup stud farm on the territory of the today's Czechia, and 1 year later they founded Lipica. So Lipica stud is really a younger brother, but in a very short period. During their existence, these two studs cooperated very closely. I have to say that the Lipicaner horse breed, next to the old Kladrubian horses, belongs to the longest bred warm-blooded breeds of horses in the Czech Republic. The historical milestone of Lipicaner breeding was the establishment of the Czechoslovak Republic in 1918. when breeding began to expand, especially in Slovakia. As one of the Austrian-Hungarian monarchy's successor states, they received a certain amount of cultural heritage in the form of noble breeds of warm-blood horses. So it was not sized, as it's on the very nice panel, but we took these horses. During the Nazi occupation in 1938-1945, the state stud farms had to hand over to the horses to the occupied area, which, and the Germans decided that it will be in the Hostoň, in the territory of then called Sudetenland in the nowadays Czechia. At the end of the war, when the shooting started even near Hostoň, the management of the stud farm under the leadership of cavalry officer Rudolsky decided to join with the American army and evacuate the Lipica herd from the Red Army. On May 15, so several days after the Second World War ended on the European soil, as part of the Operation Cowboy, the transport of all Lipizzaner and Arabian horses became to Schwarzenberg in Bavaria, and then back to their home stables. The Lipizzaner horse breeding in Czech part of Czechoslovakia after the communists took over in 1948 has not reached such a significant level as the horse breeding in Slovakia. The change came in 1990 when the breeding of after the Velvet Revolution, when the breeding of the Lipizzaner horse was restored in Czech Republic with the purchase of Lipizzaner mares from Slovakia. According to the latest data in 2021, there were 375 Lipizzaner horses in the Czech Republic, but all in the private studs. As I said before, the Czechs also have a share in the existence of Lipizzaners. And today we have the opportunity to see a small part of history through the movie about fascinating story of the rescue of these beautiful white horses during the Second World War from the Czech Republic, known as the Operation Cowboy, which was first adapted into the movie, and I saw that movie back in 1963. It was by Walt Disney under the title Miracle of the White Stallion. And I am very much looking forward to see this part of the story. And white horses have always been held in high esteem and respect. So allow me to conclude with an old Czech folk saying. Kdo neseděl na bílém koni, neseděl na žádném dobrém. Which means, I know that Slovenes can understand that partly. Who has not ridden a white horse has not ridden a good one. Thanks for your attention.
Thanks for your speech, Your Excellency. Hvala njegovi ekscelenciji za nagovor. Ja, kdor ni jezdil belega konja, ni jezdil dobrega konja, je češki pregovor, s katerim je veleposlanik zaključil svoj govor. Spomnil je, da so Habsburžani leta 1579 v češkem mestu Kladrubi ustanovili kobilarno. Zgodovinski mejnik vzreje lipicanca je bila ustanovitev Češkoslovaške republike, ko se je vzreja začela širiti zlasti na Slovaškem. Kot ena od držav naslednica avstrijsko-madžarske monarhije je prejela določeno količino plemenitih pasem toplokrvnih konj. Na Češkem pa se je reja lipicancev razmahnila po letu 1990 z nakupom kobil iz Slovaške. Po zadnjih podatkih iz leta 2021 pa je na Češkem 375 lipicancev, vsi v zasebni reji. Veleposlanik je izpostavil tudi izjemen uspeh Slovenije in ostalih 7 držav za vpis tradicije reje na UNESCO reprezentativni seznam nesnovne kulturne dediščine človeštva. Veseli smo, da je z nami tudi odpravnica poslov na veleposlaništvu Združenih držav Amerike v Sloveniji, gospa Melania Areaga, ki jo vabim k pozdravnemu nagovoru. Chargée d'affaires of United States Embassy in Slovenia, Her Excellency Melania Areaga, you are invited to give your speech. Please.
distinguished guests, excellencies, director of the Lipica Stud Farm and the mayor of Puka. I'm so honored to be here this morning. Director Janko, thank you very much for hosting us in this wonderful setting. I had the opportunity to visit the museum briefly before our presentation today, and I cannot wait to come back with my family. So thank you very much for the tour. Unfortunately, the ambassador, who is a great lover of horses, could not be here today. She's visited the Lipica Stud Farm 2 times already since she's been in Slovenia, and she asked me to pass along this message. Those of you who love horses know people and horses are meant to enjoy each other's company, to share the joy of a beautiful day, the exhilaration of running through a field, friendship, and trust. We know the soul of these creatures is expressed in their ability to understand our emotions. As a lifelong rider, General Patton surely knew this about horses, and perhaps his role in Operation Cowboy was compelled in part by compassion and love. Please accept my regrets for not being able to join you in the presentation of this amazing story. So I know the ambassador very much looks forward to seeing the film when she returns. At the U.S. Embassy, we are so proud of our continuous partnership with the Park of Military History and the Cultural Association of Kolut, headed by Alenka. This is the second time we've supported production of a documentary highlighting our enduring friendship with Slovenia. We're honored to work with our Slovenian partners to bring these uncommon stories to light and also the lives of the fascinating people who played a role in them. This particular story tells the tale of a behind-the-scenes military operation taking place during World War II in Czechia. Sorry, Hostoň, Czechia. Sorry. In spring 1945, Nazi Germany was losing and the Russian army was closing in. General George S. Patton, an Olympic equestrian, learned the Lipicanci stallions were in the area and at risk of being fed to Russian soldiers. So today we're going to find out more about this daring operation and how back in 1945, Americans and Slovenians worked together to ensure the survival of this magnificent breed. Congratulations to filmmaker Dusan Milavec and his team for their commitment to telling this amazing story. So I look forward to enjoying the movie and best wishes as it travels around Slovenia and elsewhere. So, hvala lepa.
Thanks for your speech and your kindness. Na veleposlaništvu so ponosni na dobro sodelovanje in partnerstvo ne le s Parkom vojaške zgodovine, temveč tudi s kulturnim društvom Kolut. Prav lepo ste nas pobožali, saj so že drugič podprli produkcijo našega dokumentarca. Počaščeni so, da sodelujejo s slovenskimi partnerji pri ohranjanju zgodb, ki bi sicer šle v pozabo. Kot je recimo aktualna tudi zgodba, ki jo bomo videli o sodelovanju Američanov pri preživetju lipicancev, te veličastne pasme, ki je bila ravno ta mesec vnešena na UNESCO reprezentativni seznam kulturne dediščine človeštva, je poudarila odpravnica posla v svojem govoru. Projekcijo filma spremlja potujoča razstava Lipicanci žive legende, ki so jo pripravili v Parku vojaške zgodovine Pivka. The premiere is accompanied by an exhibition Lipicanci Living Legends, prepared in the Park of Military History Pivka. So I invite director Janko Boštjančič to a speech. Vabljen k nagovoru.
Hvala, Linka. Excellencies, spoštovani visoki gostje, dear distinguished guests, dragi prijatelji, dear friends, lepo pozdravljeni v imenu ekipe Parka vojaške zgodovine. Welcome on behalf of the Park of Military History. Kot iniciator ideje, da se o reševanju lipicancev posname film, smo veseli in ponosni, da lahko gostimo to predpremiero. Pripravo filma smo parku pospremili z manjšo razstavo na 4 panojih, da bi zgodbo lipicancev iz leta 1945 umestili v širši kontekst. Lipicanci namreč niso bili iz Lipice preseljeni samo med 2. svetovno vojno. Že pod Avstrijo so bili kar 4-krat zaradi vojn umaknjeni iz Lipice. med Prvo svetovno vojno in kar 3-krat med napoleonskimi vojnami. Avstrijski dvor kot lastnik lipiške črede je ob teh zahtevnih logističnih podvigih, kakršna je bila selitev več kot 300 glave črede, skupaj z brejimi kobilami in mladimi žrebeti, več 100 kilometrov daleč, utemeljeno razmišljal, da bi lipiško čredo namestil nekje v notranjosti monarhije na bolj varni lokaciji. A Lipicanci so se vedno vrnili v Lipico, ker so tu doma in ker v celem obsežnem Habsburškem cesarstvu, to je v celi srednji Evropi, ni boljšega kraja za njihovo vzrejo, kot je tu na našem Krasu. Lipicanci tako že stoletja delijo z nami usodo tega prostora. Ropotanje vojaških bobnov in grmenje topov jih sicer požene v izgnanstvo, a v miru se vedno vrnejo in svojo lepoto, iskrivostjo in eleganco pomagajo pozabiti grozote vojne. Zdijo se kakor nekakšni angeli miru tega prostora. Upam, srčno upam, da jim Lipice ne bo treba nikoli več zapustiti. As the initiators of the idea to make a film about the rescue of the Lipicaners, we are happy and proud to be able to host this pre-premiere. The preparation of the film was accompanied by our small exhibition in order to place the story of the Lipicaners from 1945 in a wider context. The Lipicaners were not only relocated from Lipica during the Second World War. Already in Austrian times, they were withdrawn from Lipica 4 times due to wars. During the First World War and 3 times during the Napoleonic Wars. The Austrian court, as the owner of Lipican herd, faced with these demanding logistical undertakings, such as the relocation of more than 300 horses together with pregnant mares and young foals, hundreds of kilometers away, considered placing the herd in a more secure location in the interior of the monarchy. But Lipicaners always returned to Lipica, because they are at home here, and because in the entire extensive Habsburg Empire that is in the whole of Central Europe, there is no better place for their breeding than here in our karst. So the Lipicaners have been sharing the fate of this area with us for centuries. The rumble of military drums and the thunder of cannons drive them into exile, but they return in peace and help to forget the woes of war with their beauty, sparkle, and elegance. They seem like some kind of angels of peace in this area. I sincerely hope that they will never have to leave Lipica again. Hvala vsem, posebej Alenki in filmski ekipi. Želim vam lep ogled filma. Thanks to everyone, especially Alenka and the film crew. I wish you a nice viewing of the film. Thank you.
Hvala Jankotu, thanks. Odlično smo sodelovali tudi z vodstvom kobilarne Lipice, skrbnice Lipicancev, te naše žive dediščine. Direktorico gospod Tatjano Vošinek-Pucer vabim k pozdravnim besedam. I would like to highlight the excellent cooperation with the management of Lipica Stud Farm. I invite the director, Mrs. Tatjana Vošinek-Pucer, to give her speech.
Lep pozdrav vsem skupaj. Jaz bi vas v bistvu danes samo nagovorila oziroma se zahvalila Jankotu pa vsem, ki so povabili Lipico v to zgodbo, ki je povezala nekako in park vojaške zgodovine in Lipicance. Ne bom ponavljala posebne časti, ki smo jo deležni letos z vpisom na UNESCO seznam nesnovne kulturne dediščine. Ob tej priliki bo leto 2023 tisto, kjer bomo to še posebej proslavili, hkrati promovirali tudi film in tega našega čudovitega konja. Tako da zdaj bo kdo drug povabil k ogledu filma, jaz vas pa samo povabim k ogledu Lipicancev v živo v Lipico.
Hvala gospe direktorici za nagovor and let's enjoy the movie. Vabljeni k ogledu.
Rešite jih, čim prej.
Radi rečemo, da so lipicanci del naše naravne in kulturne dediščine, ampak gre še za več kot to. Lipicanci so res vpeti v ta prostor, so del zgodovine tega prostora, povezani z usodo, z zgodovinsko usodo tega prostora in ljudi, ki tukaj živimo.
In so jih takoj odgnali. Na železniško postajo so mogli iti v Sežano in so šli v Sudete.
Res je 28. aprila v Hoston prišlo 70 ameriških vojakov z 2 tankoma in 2 oklepnikoma.